Hello and welcome back to the Blue Bindi Podcast, where we talk about finance, womanhood and everything in between. This October, as we mark World Mental Health Day, we are bringing to you a story that goes beyond recovery. It's not just about surviving life's toughest battles. It's about regaining strength. It's about refining balance and redefining success in health, in work and in wealth. Joining me today is Priya Rushi, a senior leader at Nuvama Wealth. She's recently returned to work after bravely battling cancer. Her story is a masterclass in resilience, in well-being and financial preparedness, and how all three are interconnected. Priya, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Ritika, for having me here. I think this whole journey and recovery has taught me that mindfulness of your health and practical planning goes hand in hand. Mm-hmm. And what better can it get by me sharing this on World Mental Health Day.
Wow. Let's get started, Priya. You have recently gone through a life-changing experience. Okay. I would want you to talk about it to our listeners today.
Yeah, definitely it's something which I would love to share. I think this whole thing out of nowhere, I always felt that I was a person who had my balance of taking care of myself, my food, my food habits, my fitness, in whatever small ways I used to manage. Somewhere hitting me at this point of time was totally a shocker. It came out of nowhere, unexpected, and accepting it was tough. Obviously. It was definitely tough, and somewhere this whole process, this journey, which taught me a lot of things of how this process of building your strength to come out of it was challenging. People around you, I think somewhere mattered a lot.
Yeah.
What kind of ecosystem you were in, the support that came in, flowing from all sides, be it family, friends, colleagues, and my two beautiful daughters. I think that made a big difference in me, I think, fighting this journey.
Obviously. I mean, I think, as you rightly mentioned, you start with a denial at first, okay, is this for me? Is this for real?
Absolutely.
And then, the acceptance, because as you mentioned, I have seen you as a fitness freak, like not to an extreme, but I know you've been, fitness is in your, daily routine, the way you eat, the way you manage everything, and then something like that happening to you. All of us were also in denial in a way, so I can truly imagine what, you must have experienced, what you must have gone through. But seeing you here today, I think that becomes like an inspiration for all of us.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy to see myself back at work now.
We all are. We're so glad to see you here. Coming back to office, it's lovely to see you, have you around. How is it that you're balancing work, home, and obviously now moreover you are conscious and you would be taking care of your health even more, like you've done it earlier, but now even more. So how are you balancing all three?
That's something which doesn't come so easily in terms of trying to be myself. Is that I would want to rush into things, but now I've taken a step back and started taking a conscious call of being slow on it, taking it one at a time, and trying to create a rhythm that take things as it comes, not get too worked up. Though it comes very easily to me, still I think I feel that I need to do that. I need to consciously take up the work slowly, not hurry up in catching up with things, but taking it up slowly and give your body that time to accept it, because it's been a long gap.
Moving forward, from your experience, any three practices or anything that you would want to share with our audience, because not everybody would know, not everybody would be taking care of health from that perspective, because everybody thinks I'm doing fine, theek hi chal raha hai, theek hi hoga, nothing wrong will happen. So anything that you would want to, if there are list of things that you can talk about.
I've definitely not really started off with some kind of a regime that this is what I should be doing, but definitely I would say that the biggest start for me to start coping with this whole piece was I had to keep a positive mindset that this is something I will come out of. So keeping a very positive attitude, being mindful that you have to be at peace to accept it.
Correct.
That this has happened to you, you accept, and then you see how you can just come out of it. Not start pondering over whether this is right, this is wrong, why did it happen?
Why me?
Why me? It came across definitely at multiple times, but I think I then start putting it back and saying that I have to accept and move on. The minute I did that, I think that was one step towards saying that whatever treatment I have to go through, whatever phases of my moods I had to go through, I know I will come out of it.
I will fight back.
So positive mindset plays a big role in it. I think second is your support system, your ecosystem around. So how your family approaches you, they don't approach you like, oh, something is really wrong with you, or something is terribly not the way you know.
So no pity in a manner.
Exactly.
No pity. We know you can fight it.
Absolutely. I definitely know the way my daughters treated me. It was sometimes a point of time where I used to feel, I'm not well, you should be treating me more with a little comfort. But they treated me as normal as how I would have been on a regular day.
Wow.
And even though they would see my lows, not that, but they still put up a very strong front in front of you that, okay, if they can see that much, then I think I have that additional motivation towards saying that, if they are doing so much, I think I play that extra mile.
Yes.
So every day, I think that practice of routine came in so constantly that I really didn't feel I was ill.
Yeah.
I felt
that was a very good, I wouldn't say start, but that was a good thing to have, so that okay, sab normal hai.
Absolutely.
I am just normal, it's just another thing.
The people would want me to, say that, stay at home, don't talk to people much, rest. Rest was the norm. Of course, I needed to rest, but somewhere it needs to be also decided that if you feel good talking to people and it normalizes your situation,
why
then
not?
Why not?
Why not? Obviously.
So when you're ill, I think the best part is do things which you really like to do. Not
don't
try to
sulk in
and say that, okay, I'm not well, people look at me differently, I go silent. I think that's something which was a learning for me. And I think the most important thing, of course, after going through this journey, I feel keeping your mind at peace, taking some time out to meditate. And meditate is not that you say that, oh, I don't know how to meditate. Of course, I also didn't. But taking that small effort of putting your mind to a still that you don't want to just think about anything. I think started building up over 8 months now. I definitely feel these are small things. We feel that this is only meant for people who would, are reaching the height. It's not so.
Or you're old. Or maybe
exactly.
You're not, because you're busy, you're running around, you think, अच्छा इसके अलावा तो मैं कुछ और कर लेती हूँ. So, but you have to devote that time and be positive.
Be positive. That mental health is going to be, and that's why on World Mental Health Day, this is equally important to start seeking in yourself that this is important.
But now that you are back to office, now managing work, home, health, how are you doing about it? How is it for you now?
So the biggest part of it comes is when you start thinking about finances. I generally am not a person who will look at numbers, but yes, to see that if my family is having the basics and are secured, then I kind of know that now I can focus on my healing. I don't need to worry about that part and focus on myself, which maybe in so many years I must have turned to ignore. So start caring about yourself first, because if you're good, I think rest will fall in place. So that was one big thing as a change which I bought in. One thing which we all don't tend to look at is having a very strong insurance for yourself. I've learned it the very hard way to say that it's like a medical checkup. Every year, how you check yourself, you should keep checking whether you're insured also. Whether you're insured from a point of medical, your life cover, because you never know what's going to happen and hit you.
And it's a good amount with over the years, obviously the expenses are going to increase. So as you rightly said, the way you do your yearly checkups, keep an eye on that as well, because obviously nobody is prepared, nobody is planning for this. If something major happens,
exactly.
then what? Then all your life savings, all your investments cannot go into this, because there are others in the family as well.
Absolutely,
right?
because you're taking care of family, your parents,
Yeah.
and yourself. So you always feel, oh, you're good. You don't need that much, but that need will never come to it when it actually comes to your situation there. So I have faced those challenges where I was not completely covered, and then I realized that, oh, this is something I didn't look at. So insurance becomes a very factor in that you need to do. It's a must. It's a must. Whether you still feel you're the fittest of all, you still need to do that.
that goes without saying. So Priya, moving forward, what did this journey, what the entire experience that you went through, what did it teach you about mental health?
It's taught me a lot, because this was something which I totally ignored. Maybe prior to my diagnosis, it was more that I'm good, I'm doing fine. My work stress is fine, manageable, all of that. But I think self-care is something we chose to do it as an option.
Yeah.
But apparently it's a very big priority, it's survival. You have to take care of yourself and think about yourself first. That's very important. More importantly, I think acceptance of the whole process, whatever you're going through, not just my illness, but anybody for that matter, accepting that this is something you have to move in the direction that you have to think beyond. If we keep pondering over things that, why has this happened to me and stuff like that, then it definitely starts impacting you mentally. So doing that factor was, I think, one important factor which moved my needle up the thing that, okay, tomorrow I'm going to get better. Though I had my treatment today, I'm back for my chemo, I know tomorrow is going to be a normal day for me.
A better day,
So not thinking what happened in the past. So that was something which kept me going. And the biggest part is control. I think every one of us always think we can control our family, the way they move, everything.
Nothing is in our control.
Nothing is in our control. Yes, there are some controllables which we can identify, and then we can say, okay, this is what I can do, might as well do this, and the rest just leave it. So for me, taking care of my diet, my food, the way I eat it, at what time, ensuring that I'm happy, I'm talking to people within the house, discussing general topics was something which was in my control. I could do it. So treat
control the controllables and let go of what is not in your control. And don't cry over it.
Exactly.
Okay, so we spoke about how your family was strength for you during this phase. So how is it for them? Because you were the one suffering the illness, but I've heard this and I've seen this happening. But one of the family member is going through, the entire family is affected. So how is it? How are things? And how are things getting taken care? How is everybody managing?
I would say that if the support system, especially my family, whom I close, my husband, my kids, my mother, my sister, my in-laws, the way they deal with you matters a lot. And on the other side, they trying to put a very strong front in front of me, saying that everything is going good, is something which was commendable. I think that worked in my favor of getting me out of this. If they wouldn't be there to say that, this is something you'll get out of, you are strong enough, somebody telling you that also matters.
You need your loved ones, you need that that support to get you going, to get you.
And in that process, I realized that they are going through a tough time. My daughters were aware about it, so we were very transparent of the fact from the start that this is something that has happened to you, to your mom. So not that anything is going to change, she's going to be fine, she's going to get out of it. But when talking to them and having that conversation is very, very, very important. It's tough, but it's, I think, important, because when that happens, there is more bonding in terms of what the other person is feeling and what. Not that, putting a fake face to it, that, okay, we just say that everything is going good.
Okay, Why hide? And I think if you hide, this is something really big, and kids nowadays, they have exposure to this information otherwise. They get to know otherwise, that I think would be heartbreaking for them even more than actually you sitting with them, taking them through and getting everybody on the same page. Guys, we have to fight this together, and we will do it.
And somewhere it is my responsibility also. Somewhere I realized, though I was in my low, where I really didn't have any mood to talk to people or want to just stay alone, I would still want to take that bit of effort to talk to them and have that conversation, because somewhere they are dealing with it alone, because they don't want to face it out in front of me. So trying to do that. So I used to put an effort to talk to them and say that let's do something different.
And such times, in every situation like this, family, friends is what, you need that support.
I would definitely say that if that wasn't there, you wouldn't have been seeing me here.
No.
So
obviously
the support of the organization, my friends, saying that you have to come back to work. This is your end date for you to make it to office. Like I had a friend of mine who actually gave me a target date, that ye date dekh le, you have to come back, and that was a motivation for me.
I know, I can imagine that. Priya, today, before we conclude, one thing that you would want to leave our audience with, what is it that you would want to tell them?
I'd just like to sum up with saying that seeking help is very important. It's something which we tend to ignore, so keeping that window open to reaching out to people, whoever you're comfortable with, but seek help. Track the kind of situations you are where you feel that you're not mentally strong. So track that, observe it, so that can get corrected accordingly. So that's very, very important.
Yes.
Secondly, I would say that, like how as in finance we normally are very paranoid about checking our financial portfolio, how it's doing.
Yes.
I think same way, checking up on your mental self, of how you are doing mentally, having your checkups done on your regular health checkups. And to keep that, the other safety nets which are important is even checking on your insurance, how much well you're covered for yourself, for your family. That's
very
something
important,
which we cannot choose to ignore.
Yes.
And lastly, I would say enjoy the small moments.
Yeah.
Your family, your friends. We celebrate on bigger wins, but I think the smaller wins are equally important.
Yes.
Because if that's there, I think you're good for life.
Yes. Don't wait for that big thing to happen. आज में जियो.
Exactly.
जान है तो जहान है, तो just celebrate and live for the moment.
True, very true.
Thank you, Priya. It was lovely to have you here today and to discuss, to understand what you've gone through. And for our listeners, I think it's going to be really inspiring. And such experience, I think not all of us go through, such situations, and nobody prepares any one of us, right? It is that time that you put into that situation, and that's when okay, this is what I need to do. So listening to you, I think it's given that little help and support to all of us. So thank you once again. Priya's story reminds us that resilience is not about bouncing back overnight. It's about building a steady foundation for our health, in our work and in our wealth. Until next time, keep listening to Blue Bindi Podcast, where finance meets fearless women. Thank you.